The Exorcist, because it was the first one I saw. My very Italian upbringing. My parents let me watch that with them when I was 12, and my mind was blown because apparently that was the age that Linda Blair was when she filmed it, and I couldn't, as someone who wanted to be an actor already, a performer, I was like, I couldn't wrap my mind around that someone my age could do a performance like that. And to this day, I watch it every year, multiple times a year. The Late Late Show, I miss that. That was such a wild ride, in the sense that everything about it was happening so fast, and I was just doing a sketch as the CBS executive. It was supposed to be one sketch, and then after we finished, when I was soaking wet, Craig said, "That's great. I want you to stand there and just keep yelling at me." And from then on, I was just then CBS, that's the CBS executive. And watching him and Josh Robert Thompson, who played Jeff the Robot, just improvise the entire show, I was just in awe, to be honest. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was wild. I had no idea what I was doing, but I loved watching Craig and watching Josh together. It was a real highlight in my life.
Did he ever flirt with you?
Only on camera, because he knew he would get a strike. I fired him and gave him so many strikes. The fact that he still had that studio day after day, I was mad as Beth. I was very mad. And the more I would give him strikes, the more he would turn it on. And Mr. Jeff the Robot was no help either with that, with their innuendos and sexual comments. Strikes. Endless strikes for both of them. Thank you. Amy Winehouse is my favorite. I was in a tribute band while she was alive. My last show with the band House of Winehouse was eerily ended up just being the week right before she died, and she's the best. I thank you for what you said. Sorry, I get really verklempt about it because.
You're great. I watch them all the time.
Wow, man, that was one of those things. It happened in spite of myself resisting it. I never set out to do a tribute band, especially at the time. Again, I only did it while she was alive here in the States. Why would I even bother? It's Amy Winehouse. There's no one like her. And on my best day, you can't. What she had, you can't even teach. She's a genius, capital G. And sorry, I can go on and on about this, but it was one of those things that really did just happen serendipitously, and over over a year and a half from just I would just do a karaoke song, and then the band just formed. It was just one of those crazy things I look back on, and I didn't make money doing it. I did it because I love performing. Sorry, this is why I can't answer this question. And to be able to play all the festivals in Chicago and House of Blues, it was the time of being Amy Winehouse was the time of my life. And I can tell you that if I ever got asked to play her in a biopic, no one would do it with more concern and care and perfectionism than I would, and it would be an honor and a privilege. Okay, first reaction when I got the part, I remember vividly, I collapsed in my apartment floor, crying, laughing, gasping, every emotion that exists in the world was happening at once, where I didn't know what it was like. It was so overwhelming because I just couldn't believe it, to be honest. I never thought in a million years I was going to get that part. And I was just what? Man, and been so sorry. I'm clapping right by the mic. So grateful for that every day of my life. Honestly, sorry. What was my reaction for my first deadite kill, which would have been after I was possessed? Episode 6, season 1, which was the deli slicer. I had the time of my life, and I only got one take, so a couple of those lines are improv of actual rage in the moment when like the something broke and this broke it. So like I just was throwing out all my server lingo. Like, you got 86. Who doesn't want a deli slice, thin slice, a deadite's face, and then beat it with a meat tenderizer? Come on! I wish I could do that once a month to something evil, you know, like my bills. Over the pandemic, I got to, we all shot it from our phones, except for the main two characters. I helped produce this film and play a fun little part in it. It's called The Disappearance of Toby Blackwood, and it's about a conspiracy theorist YouTuber who goes missing, and these two guys were friends with him growing up, and they make it their mission. It's kind of like a whodunit mystery dark comedy, trying to find him and make sure he's okay, and hilarity ensues. And it's got a lot of great people in it. And that's hitting the festival circuit and has won a couple of grand jury prizes, so I'm excited about that. And the video game, Evil Dead the video game, just came out, so that was our voice work on that. And then a bunch of other like voiceover work stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited for this film to see where it goes.